Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to Catex TV. This is just coming in. It's coming from Hiroshima in Japan. An Asiana Airlines passenger jet has apparently made a very hard landing at the Hiroshima International Airport just about 2 hours ago. It was an Airbus 320. Local Hiroshima TV is showing TV pictures of the plane resting on the runway with no sign at all of its landing gear. The city's fire department is saying that there's a couple of injuries, passenger injuries, but nothing serious. It's not known as to what condition the airplane is in, whether it's a total loss or not. Lloyds syndicates are writing at close to, quote, a zero profit margin. This is on non-catastrophe business and hoping for the best. This is according to executives throughout the marketplace. Of course, on catastrophe business, they're losing their shirt. MAP Chairman David Shipley is commenting that the cumulative effects and over-reliance on models is disguising the extent of rate reductions. He said the effects of hundreds or even thousands of such poor decisions can only be an inverted pyramid of piffle. He said it's on this base that large public companies and even regulators have to construct their assessment of insurance and reinsurance market conditions with discomforting echoes of the banking sector only a few years ago. This is quite an indictment of the current situation. Market veteran Michael Miko from Miko Syndicate said in some areas the business rate integrity is now completely absent, and if and when the claims experience returns to normal, as it surely will, the underwriting results will be most unattractive in those areas. Active underwriter John Hamblin at Lancashire subsidiary Cathedral stressed that softening was evident in rates well beyond property treaty. He said, quote, the contagion has now spread to most other lines in both the London market and in the wider market beyond, as excess capital from insurers and the new funds themselves seek additional premiums. He said that even with cheaper outwards reinsurance, Cathedral would have to, quote, pedal fast to stand still. He said it's a truly vicious circle. Heavy and steady rain has caused widespread flooding across the southern states of the United States. Some areas along the Gulf Coast are now waist deep in water. Fort Smith, Arkansas recorded 64 millimeters of rain on Monday. Mobile, Alabama had its fourth wettest day of April in its history when 185 millimeters of rain fell on Sunday. However, the all-time winner up on the Panhandle was Cottondale, Florida, that saw 280 inches of rain over the weekend. That's, 280 millimeters of rain over the weekend, which is 11 inches of rain. A number of roads and bridges remain impassable in northern Florida all the way out to Oklahoma. Much of the region is now braced for further heavy rain in the days ahead. Flash floods are likely, and people are on alert watching the Weather Channel. A Japanese court has blocked the restarting of 2 nuclear reactors in the western city of Takahama after local people brought safety concerns to the attention of the judge. The plant had already obtained approval from the country's nuclear watchdog, but locals said that it would not withstand a strong earthquake. All 48 commercial reactors in Japan remain offline following the 2011 Fukushima disaster. The court's ruling is a big blow for Prime Minister Abe's push to have the reactors restarted. He's saying that it's damaging the struggling economy, forcing the country to import expensive fossil fuels. The operators of the Takahama plant, Kansai Electric, said the plant met new strong safety standards brought by the Nuclear Regulation Authority after Fukushima's earthquake. But the court agreed with the local residents and ruled that the company had been overly optimistic in assuming that no major quake would hit the region. It also criticized the Nuclear Regulatory Agency's safety standards as lacking rationality. Before the accident caused by the massive quake, about 30% of Japan's power was done by nuclear power. Yemen's liquefied natural gas company has shut down production due to the worsening security situation in the country. This is as a result of the ongoing Saudi airstrikes targeting Shiite rebels. The company, whose major shareholder is French oil giant Total, declared a force majeure situation earlier today. This means that it's unable to meet its contracted demand. The plant's located in Bahaf, in the northern central Shabwa province. Shiite rebels have been using this area as a base. The province is a stronghold of Yemen's local al-Qaeda branch as well. Yemen's already suffering from electricity shortages, and the plant's closure is not going to help that. Here's a story that we're going to hear more about, I can guarantee it. On Saturday night in Beijing, after the bars closed, there was a drag race in a tunnel. The drag race involved a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. Both cars are in the neighborhood of $100,000 plus, far beyond the hopes of any average Chinese person, or for that matter, any normal person anywhere. Footage shows the aftermath of a high-speed crash, showing both cars completely wrecked in a tunnel in downtown Beijing. The two expensive supercars were completely destroyed. According to news reports, the two drivers, both in their 20s, were arrested, and they were termed to be unemployed. A female passenger was injured in the crash and sent to the hospital for treatment. There is no way that the drivers of these cars were anything but princelings in China, i.e. the sons, and in one case the daughter, of high ruling officials in the Communist Party. It's also certain that given the burgeoning internet explosion in China, despite the efforts at censorship, we will soon know whose children these unemployed 20-year-old men were, who were driving $100,000 cars and drag racing in a tunnel in Beijing on Saturday night after the bars closed and wrecked them. We will soon know their identities. You can be sure there were a lot of phone calls going on between the senior leaders in Beijing late Saturday night. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.